If you want to get into this new futures program and be one of our early people inside, this is why we're running a ridiculous sale. I'm running it right now for $2,500.
My journey at the beginning, I was here about a month after you started, and I blew up my account in no time and realized this might not be for me. But here, the last few months, I gave it another chance, followed all the rules and everything, and become quite successful. I just want to say how thankful I really am for the community, for all the extra training, and just thanks for making it at home and feeling like family. ADT is a place to go.
Coach, thank you for the family that you've built at American Dream Trading. It has changed my life in more ways than words can say, and I'm thankful for it every day.
Take a quick opportunity to thank Coach and the entire ADT community for being so open and welcoming to me back in January of 2024. I came here for the pure purpose of wanting some extra spending money for coffee and manicures, believe it or not. And I soon realized when I got here that this was so much more than just coffee and manicures. It was a community of people. It was a community of traders who all have everyone's best interest. And I can't be more grateful for the opportunity. You know, because of ADT, I no longer have to work 9 to 5. Like, I no longer have to miss my kids' stuff. I get to be there for them. I get to get up every single day and I get to day trade with my people and I get to help the community. I never thought that I would ever have that freedom to be able to do that. So thank you, Coach, for creating this community at American Dream Trading. Thank you for pouring your heart and soul into this business. I am so grateful to be a moderator and to be a part of the team, and I look forward to where you go from here.
So when I found American Dream Trading, I was at a pretty bad spot in my life. I was desperately trying to find anything I could to better my life. And I found you, Coach, and my life changed. Everything changed. And I want to thank you. I'm not supposed to get like this. These people are amazing. This group, this family is amazing. I'm doing great now. If it can happen for me, it can happen for anyone. But I want to thank you, Coach, for not giving up on me and helping me to see that I shouldn't give up on myself.
Hi, my name is Matt. I trade with American Dream Trading. Formerly, I was trading with quite a few online platforms, YouTube channels, celebrities, etc. I found myself upside down six figures and completely lost, not knowing where to go. Only until I found American Dream Trading and Coach that I was able to pull out of all that and be successful on a daily basis trading. Coach is the real deal, authentic, genuine. You have truly an open platform where you can ask any question live and you will not feel like it's a dumb question. If you're taking this serious, if you look at this like a business, I think this will take anybody to new levels. And again, thank you, Coach. Humbly.
Is an amazing person. Not only that, he gives up his time trading to teach us. Join American Dream Trading and learn from the master. People say he's not real, he's not true. Well, I can guarantee you he is real and he is true.
You have entered the aftermarket. AmericanDreamTrading.com. Welcome. You are now in the aftermarket.
What up, what up, what up? Welcome to American Dream Trading's The Aftermarket Live Chat and Watch Party. I'm your host, J&J Video Reacts, and this is the stream that we created for you, traders, to just kick back, relax, decompress, and talk about your day trading in the stock market. This is Freestyle Friday. What we do on Freestyle Fridays over here at the Aftermarket is we just basically reflect on the week. Did we make money this week? Did we follow the process? What rules did we break, if any? And how ADT has changed our lives in any way, shape, or form. I know one thing. This whole futures thing has got everybody excited. And one man who knows all about excitement is Coach Chad W. Christian. He's a 32-year stock market veteran that has basically started an organization and a group and a family in American Dream Trading. And we follow him. We do what he tells us to do. Why? Because he is a master at what he does. That's right. The cool thing about Coach is he has taught us from the ground up how to actually trade and not just chase call outs. We actually know how to get in trades, out of trades, and everything in between. So shout out to you, Coach. We love you, brother. And thank you for letting us have your YouTube channel as I hang out after the market just to kind of decompress and hang out with each other a little bit. Let me go ahead and so, looks like we're a little light tonight, probably because there was a break in the action there. So shout out to all of you down there. Miranda, thank you, baby girl, for putting those links in there. I so appreciate you. You know that. You're amazing. Where's Arlo been? Has she been? I haven't seen Arlo. Anyway, shout out to Arlo wherever she is. Darn Cricket, thank you for being here, my friend. I appreciate you, man. Same with you, Bucko. Thank you so much, Future Trader. Down there, Special K. Gotta be a special lady. Let's see. Yep. Okay, we got D-Rock down there. What's up, D-Rock? I know who that is. Ange, what's up, baby girl? How art thou? She said, have a great night. Everybody gotta do mom things. All right, thanks for stopping in, Ange. Appreciate you. Well, I'll tell you what. I can reflect on my week. This has been a fantastic week. Any and everybody that wants to come up here, hey, I'd love to have some new meat up here to hang out for a little bit. But yeah, there's 3 links that are located in the stream of this video that we need to be aware of. If you have not joined American Dream Trading, go to AmericanDreamTrading.com. That link is posted. Miranda made sure it was there. That link is posted right in the description of the video, as well as the live chat. The Restream link, if you want to come up on the panel and hang out with me. Oh, and by the way, with American Dream Trading, you might want to make sure you do that right away, because you can join our free Discord, as well as take advantage of the VIP membership, which is only $1,500 right now, and it includes the VIP gold upgrade for free. That is the deal with that. Normally you'd pay, $1,500 each, but that includes weekend training, that includes everything, one-on-one type style coaching from Coach, which, by the way, is a live open mic. Nobody else is doing that. No one else is doing that. So come on over to American Dream Trading and get training in the real way. This week we're doing futures. We started futures training this week, so I'm excited for that. That is going to be absolutely amazing. Coach is excited about it. He's got Ange and Eric that are training us on it, and He's training them up. He was in the futures meeting today and really gave us a lot of insights on that. Aaron is very versed on it as well, so he was offering his tutelage there. So yeah, it was a good day. It was a good meeting, and I'm excited about it. David was in there. So yeah, some people are going to really take this to the next level and blow up, and I intend to be one of them. So yeah, so get excited about futures, guys. I'm telling you, it is amazing. So if you haven't signed up, you might want to definitely consider doing that. And last but not least is yours truly's tip jar. This is also part of my income. So if you guys feel so inclined to tip for the weekend, that would be fantastic. If not, I understand it. But if you got it, hey, it's appreciated, right? So, this is going to be really weird talking to myself. Is anybody wanting to come up here at all and hang out for a little bit? Come on, Miranda. Paul C, what's happening? Mike B, what's going on? What is happening? We might be cutting this short, guys. I tell you what we can do, though. We can discuss some of the stuff that we went over this week. We went over, just to kind of recap for you guys that are here and took the time to come to hang out. I appreciate you guys and I love you guys. We talked about making sure to, what did we do the other day? 5 tips, I think. Hold on one second. Let me get that. It's a good thing to do. Reflect on. Where art thou? Okay, so I think Monday, was this Monday? Yep, it was Monday. So Monday was how much green is enough. Remember that? So that was one we went over when we were talking about maybe staying in a trade a little bit too long and not being afraid to leave money on the table. I went through that today a little bit, and I traded IWM, right? And I had a $39 contract. I wasn't even going to trade today, let alone options. But, Nate had an act of kindness this morning with me. And so I figured, you know what? I'm going to take a couple of dollars of that and just throw it on over in IWM. It seems like it's got some nice momentum. That's my stilo now. I've been trading these pre-market shares, getting my mechanics right. I'm using that whole session to get my in and out mechanics right and watching the movement of the stock and how to react to it, noticing patterns and things like that, and really just getting that screen time in. And it's really helped me when I do decide to trade options from time to time to be able to do them better than I was doing them. And I'm going to tell you something. I went with a $39 contract and I cashed it out at $113. Now, I'm happy with that $76. I'm ecstatic because there was no guarantee. And a matter of fact, when I got out of it, IWM started channeling for like a good hour, and I thought, and then it's dipped down, and I thought, well, see, normally you would have stayed in that and you would have been stressing out, riding that channel, thinking, what's it going to do? What's it going to do? Is it going to continue to go up? Is it going to drop and take half my profit? Well, I remembered I have the control, and I also have $76 guaranteed in my pocket if I get out right now. And for my account, $76 is a nice little hit. So I thought, take the best of both worlds. It's a decent hit. You've got it guaranteed. Get out. Who cares what happens in the next 10 minutes, the rest of the day? Who cares if it flies up? Well, I did go and look back, and I sold it for $113, and I think it ended up in the neighborhood somewhere of like $220. So yeah, I left $100 on the table. But after throwing my computer across the room, I realized that I realized that I was happy with my move, because if you line up 10 trades and you do that with 10 trades, you're guaranteed money 10 times, right? If I stayed in 10 trades, I'm guaranteed to lose money at least once, right? Minimum once, because I will stay in it too long and it will end up going against me. And luckily, I've trained myself how to hurry up and get out of those situations. So I wouldn't have lost a lot of money, but I would have taken a hit, right? So, and it would have been profit. But so you got to be happy with the green, man. You can't try to guess bottom or top. Go ahead, take the green. If you have multiple contracts, shed, so that you have the best of both worlds. So you take some profit and you also leave a runner or two. That way, if it does continue up, you have a way to still be in that trade. So that was Monday. Tuesday was technical versus fundamental analysis. Which one is better? Maybe a little bit of both. If you're a technical trader, that's fantastic. If you're a fundamental trader, that's fantastic. But if you have a little bit of both in your arsenal, meaning you know a little something about a company, or you could look at it this way: you could fundamentally learn how the stock trades. Not necessarily the fundamentals of the company, but the fundamentals of how that stock behaves on a chart. That's also fundamental. That's real. Well, no, that's technical. That's all technical. So, hey, at the end of the day, what matters is what's in front of you right in that moment. Like Nate always says, and Coach always said, they are momentum traders. We are momentum traders. If you're a day trader, you're a momentum trader. So that means you really don't care other than what's happening in that moment. Is it going up? Or if I'm in a short or a put, is it going down? That's all. You don't care what the CEO had for breakfast. You don't care if their balance sheet looks like shit. All you know is in this moment, you are able to make money off of that stock for a few minutes. And if you've got a larger account, a few minutes can add up to a lot of dollars, right? When you have a small account, you would have to sit in it to make a lot of dollars, but you can at least still get a hit. Listen, if you make 1 penny, do you know that Nate built his account off of 1 penny? Nate built his account up to where he was able to buy 20,000 shares at a time and would wait for a half a penny move and make himself a few $100. Stock moves a half a penny. That's a couple $100 right there. 1 penny equaling $200, man. So when you grow it from the small little steps that you're doing now, and all of a sudden you look up one day and you got a few $1,000s in your account, and then you can take that few thousand and make that same move, and now you've got thousands upon thousands upon thousands. That's how it's done. So don't scrape the pennies, right? Okay, so trading with intention. Trading with intention was Wednesday, right? And that was basically where we went over having a plan when you go in, having, knowing your goals, knowing what you intend to do with this trade, how you intend to enter it, what happens if it pulls back, how you intend to exit it, and how you intend to navigate it if you end up staying in it. Are you going to shed? Do you have it mapped out so that you know the areas to expect pullbacks or bursts to the top? All of that goes into trading with intention. And if you trade intentionally, you'll trade with purpose and confidence. And if you have confidence in your trades, you make good decisions in those trades. When you go in trades fearful, you do dumb shit. So you got to make sure that you are, planning your trades out and watching your trades. Even if you're waiting in the weeds, you got to watch your trade, right? And then, of course, we have yesterday's session, what was staying calm in uncertain markets, right? And yesterday SPY was a really good example of that, because SPY was extremely choppy at the beginning of the day, and then it evened out to a couple of nice long trades, one to the upside and one to the downside. And I think maybe even it might have repeated that bigger channel later on in the day. But the bottom line was, if you tried to get in the chop and force a trade, you would have probably ended up losing money. But if you just kind of were patient and waited for the proper setup, you would have saw it stair stepping up, knowing, oh, okay, it bounced off of this support area where it bounced before, and it looks like it's got a continuation candle or two. It looks like it's decided to go ahead to the upside, so I'm gonna go ahead and get in with a small position just to verify that. Meanwhile, I'm making money while it's going up. I'm not making a whole lot because it's a small position. If it continues up, okay, let's add in. Let's go ahead and hammer this piece, because it's going back up, chances are, to that spot right there. Have it mapped out. All right. Coach always says SPY likes to go back home. If it came down here and that was home before, and it had a place where it was resting at the top, a demand zone or a supply zone, then chances are it's going back up to that supply zone. Right. So, and that was the week on the aftermarket. And it's been a fun week. It's been a really fun week, a very educational week. We had Mark McSee revisit the panel. We had Ange up here. We had Aaron. F2 was up here hanging out with us. I mean, it was a really cool week. You know what I mean? Pebbles came up and hung out with us. It was great. If I missed anybody that came up here, I'm sorry. Memory gets shot after a while, right? And then we have tonight, right? So hey, smash that like button. Thank you, Miranda. D-Rock, I could come up for a short. I'm driving though. If that's not a distraction. No, it's not a distraction. Come on up. Who enjoyed the first future Zoom? Miranda, why don't you come up here and ask that question? Well, come on, it's a small room, right? I know it's, in front of the public, but it's a small room. Come on up. Bucko said, I must have missed the future Zoom probably when I went to Taco Bell with my daughters. Oh, look at him getting in daddy time. Taco Bell daddy time. That's awesome. Miranda, you guys, Arlo's been putting up videos, right? Let's look at maybe checking out a couple of videos. We haven't done that in a while. We could always do some extra training. Uh-oh. All right. Oh, there it is. I was about to say, for some reason, it's not allowing me to pull it up. Okay, I'm a little bit choppy. I'm noticing. Are you guys noticing that as well? Maybe that was because I was trying to pull up YouTube. All right, let's type in American Dream Trading. American Dream Trading. All right, videos. Video. All right, shedding techniques. Nice. Let's try to. All right, there we are. All right, let's see what's up with Coach and shedding techniques.
Crazy as we think SPY is, SPY doesn't look so crazy right now, does it?
Coach, SPY is crazy today.
Yeah, it's wild. But let's review this real quick. So, as crazy as we think SPY is, right? As crazy as we think it is, if you guys break this down on a slower scale, 2-minute EWO gang, SPY doesn't look so crazy right now, does it?
Rock solid.
Yeah, exactly. The reason is, if you guys look at this, here, I'll make it so you can see it. This is my buy-in for SPY. Okay, this is where I bought puts. If I'm on a 2-minute EWO, it has never, ever broke below VWAP, and the overall trend has been down, right? 2-minute EWO have just been printing all day, right?
It's just the option killer candles like the one happening right now. That's what it is.
You guys know my rule. I'm glad you said that. Now look, isn't this a beautiful gamma right here? A nice candle to sell some. Isn't this the candle where I would want to sell some? This is where I want to take a little bit off. And right here is a bounce. So you already knew, but you guys know I love to, now this is scalping, not 2-minute EWO. But on candles that give me a ton of money, just like stepping on the gas pedal, I love to take some off on those areas. But for everybody else, this is just easy breezy, lemon squeezy, doing what it needs to do, right? Did never broken held. I want you guys to look at this too. This is what freaks people out. This is where you guys lose money and you continue to do it. Can you guys see this right here?
Yeah, it wicked through, but it never held it above it.
Yeah, but everybody in this room would freak out if you're doing a 2-minute EWO. Am I right, everybody?
Yes. It scared me out. I'm not gonna lie, because it wicked above
and
twice.
That's not, and that we don't do that in here anymore, right? I don't care if it comes through. I don't care, right? Remember, it has to break through and hold. Are any of these a breakthrough and hold with a confirmation candle next to it to show you more? No. So why would we ever get out on any of these, especially on a downtrend? Look at this. I mean, this is just glorious, right?
Yeah, I'm mad at myself on this one, Coach. That's my first mistake this week. Been doing so good too.
That's
Shout out to
I need you to write down in your journal. The only thing that is the most important thing to you in your journal is why you got out when it did that. Right?
I already wrote it down. I got it. Wicked above VWAP, didn't break and hold, but still got out of puts.
Yep, it scared you out. Because those are the money makers. Let's be honest, right? Because right now, the difference between barely made money or break even was the fact you got out. Because this was the payday, right? This was actually the profit spot, right? And this is
where I know. That's why I was mad. I was like, God, I got out literally 2 minutes too early.
Yep.
Literally. And then it
pulled. And for everybody else too, right? So if this is our candle to get in, this is flat, this is flat. This right here is 50%. Come up, bounce, come back down. Right here is 20%. You guys see where I'm getting them out?
On the pullbacks.
Yep. Notice I did not do it here. This is my entry, right? I want you to look at this. It's not like I get in this candle and it pulls back and I get rid of 50%. That's not how it works, is it? This is the initial entry, everyone, and it never...
D-Rock and Future Trader, welcome to the panel. Thanks for coming up, gentlemen.
Hey, how are you?
Hey.
Broke above VWAP. There was no reason to get out. Then it came down, went flat. That is no reason to sell. It came down, and what do you know? What does this candle mean?
Sell 50%.
Yup. Does everybody see it? Then it popped up. It came back. What does this candle mean?
Sell 20%.
Yup. Are you guys starting to get this?
Now it's doing it again.
So if everybody looks, if you bought here, this is profit, and now you've only got 30% left. So even if it came back and broke through VWAP, you've already made your money. Are we all on the same page?
Mm-hmm.
Yep, I'm with you.
Yes?
Got it.
Okay.
Yes, Coach.
Good. Swing Tesla last night by chance? Just curious if anybody straddled the event.
How'd you guys do today?
I made a few bucks.
Did pretty good.
Yeah.
That you
Yeah,
know what?
So how you guys making out? All right.
Yeah, definitely. What were you saying?
Good.
I was gonna say I have a small account. I think I did like 4.5% account. I had a loss in the pre-market, and then I played IWM on some scalps. I missed the 2 minute EWO entry, but it looked so good I couldn't resist and made a
I
few
did.
bucks. So
We had the same day. I did. I tried to do a play in the pre-market that didn't quite work out. I didn't lose a bunch of money though. Thank God. I got out of it after $10. But I did one of the penny stocks. What was that one that was sitting up there? NIVF. Remember that one? Or NIB, yeah, NIVF, I think
Yep.
it was.
Yep,
So I
that
had
one.
50 shares of that thing and it just kept pulling and pulling, but then it would go back up. So I lost $10 on that. And I said, the hell with it. I should have just went with one share, what I've been doing all along. But I wanted to try to make a hit to my account and it just was not playing ball for me today. So I ended up going over to the regular market, getting a $39 contract and selling it for $113 over it. With IWM, because IWM was candy today. I couldn't help it. I had to do it. Yeah. So yeah, that worked out for me. I did, Future. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna make that back. And then some. And I started to
Great.
stay in it,
I feel
but
like you're
you know,
doing better
when
with
it's
your options.
oh yeah. And it's because of the stocks. It's because of trading shares, getting in, getting green, and getting out. You know. So it happens at different speeds for different people. So I'm excited. And I'm really excited for this future stuff coming up because that really seems like something I could take advantage of. I just want to hone in on my scalping, you know, get it tighter, get it tighter before I take that plunge. But yeah, that's going to be sweet. Are you in that group yet or?
Who, me?
Yeah, I'm in.
You're in it.
I've been trading futures now for close to 10 years.
Holy
so
shit,
I used
Future?
his
Future
yeah, that's
trader.
why I got my name. I hopped on this bandwagon because I kept bugging Coach before I even joined. They're like, "You guys do futures?" No, he said, kept saying no, and then I'm like, I don't know if I should. But long story short, the
Future.
mentor I had. What's that?
I'm like, dude, why are you not training people?
Nah, I don't. My problem is I don't have the time. He says he needs dedicated people. So
I got
I'm
you. That's
like,
right. You work, so yeah.
yeah, it's
Yep.
rough. I only get to trade a couple hours a day, and that's it. I listen to you guys all day, and it kills me because I'm like, you see me early in the morning. I'm actually in there 3:45 every morning, and I look for you.
Yep.
I look for Nate, Mark, now Ange. It's a great group in the morning. People, if they really realize what they're missing, it's unbelievable.
It's
like
a
a whole
really good
family
training
right there.
ground.
It is. It's
Yeah.
awesome. You got to. But I was doing this on the side still, even when I'm trying to get that the way you guys are trading with the L2 and all.
Yeah.
Well,
I heard you that one morning. You sound like you're doing pretty good with it. So I'm glad you stuck with that.
Yeah, I just still got a lot of questions to ask, but you guys are in the middle of conversations, and I just don't break in. I'm like,
oh, you got to break in, man. That's the time to do
it's
it
weird because I hit
because
and miss. When I hit good. When I miss bad. It's like, especially when Nate goes in there, he's unbelievable. He'll just like, oh, the sellers are coming in. I'm like, wow, how did he see that?
it's right there. It's right there.
Right.
When you see that ass side filling up, that's the sellers coming in, and the support will
you
start.
do good too. I hear you in the morning. You're like, all right, I'm in. I'm like, listen to Dawn, man. She's getting it.
Yeah,
that's
I'm like,
great.
I'm getting some good entries. My biggest thing is I was working on when to get in the weeds. At first I was just taking everything that was down low. I was just going for that. But the faster I got at it, I realized, okay, you can start to take trades that are higher up in the weeds. So I learned to watch how it behaved. And when volume comes into the L2, you'll see a patch or a group of stock settings of shares that are being sold at the top of that key, right? On the bid side, as opposed to way down in the weeds. If there's a ton of volume and it's flickering back and forth, you're probably not going to get picked up on the bottom, right? It's going to pick the people up at the top and keep getting up. It took me a few months of screen time to realize that, because it wasn't said outright. You know what I mean? That was the case right there. Because I remember people asking before, well, if there's multiple levels of support, where do we get in? And Nate always lets them know, listen, you get in at the bottom of support. And then, but people would ask, well, what if it doesn't pick me up? And Nate always says, well, if it doesn't pick you up, just be patient. And that's true. But then I'm like, okay, now I'm tired of being patient. I actually want to get in these trades. You know what I mean? So I figured, you know what? That's why he always says, come in there, spend some screen time. After a while, I started noticing the whole volume conversations we've been having. I'm like, okay, there's no volume in it. When there's no volume, what does the stock do?
Sit there like a dead duck.
Yeah, it drops, right?
Yeah,
the momentum drops and it starts dropping. That's when you get in the really bottom weeds, when there's no volume in it. So when there's volume, though, you get in the top portion of it and you'll be able to get in and get picked up and move on up, right? So, but, when you see a ton of sellers coming in there, and if you see it steadily rising and them constantly being broken down, that means it's being sold off. So you're good. But if you constantly see the lower levels of support moving up to the top of the key, that means it's not, that means they're selling off, dude. And it's going down. It's going down. And it's going down to a lower price to meet those buyers that want to buy it at a lower price.
Yeah.
So
I see those numbers on the left on the buy side. Then I see that, like Nate says, that the color, if that's solid, so especially on your ask, and then all of a sudden you get like 20, 30, say 20,000, all of a sudden it starts breaking down. I'm right there on the mouse, man. I'm like, wait, that thing gets down to 500, I'm in. It's like, and all of a sudden he's got a good runner,
Yeah. Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah, it is. It is. It is. I have a ball in the morning, and every now and then we get into side conversations, and we still get educated, so, but yeah, I like it. I think it's cool. I've been going into the pre-market now for over a year and hanging out with Nate and Mark, and I've learned so much and put in so much screen time with that. And it's funny that Ange came in January, right?
Yeah.
And she has managed to completely, annihilate the whole process and just blow up with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's awesome to watch her determination, her drive, her focus, and it's inspiring, right?
Yeah. Yeah, she's got it.
Inspiring.
She's doing excellent.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I look forward to being in that seat one day where I can finally say, hey, I finally did it, guys. Every day reporting in bigger and bigger numbers. You know what I mean? And you guys saying, Dawn, damn, girl, you turned the corner finally, bitch.
Are you looking into the futures too?
Yeah.
Good.
Yep.
Oh, I'm telling you, once you start learning futures, you're going to love it. I love it.
I know, that's what coach is doing these classes, and it looks
I'm
really
stoked, man. I am so.
It looks lucrative.
I keep my mouth shut about futures because it's like you guys are focused on options, which I've learned so much with ADT. I can't even put into words. I never thought.
But you have a larger account, don't you?
Well, yeah, that's
Kinda.
Yeah, that's why.
Did you build that with futures?
What's this?
Did you build that with futures?
A lot of it I did, yeah. See, I had a mentor, and he was like coach, and it's a shame, but he died. And next thing I'm like, I'm out.
Ooh.
I'm out of a mentor. This guy was like,
Wow.
oh yeah, he was worth a fortune, and that's how he made his money. Well, he used to work in the industry, like on the floor, and then
Okay.
years later, when they come up with the computers, that was it. You're on the floor no more. So he decided it was through a family friend is how I found out. And then he was like,
Wow.
he was looking for people. I was like, all right, I'll try it. It looked like we lost somebody.
I think I got him back.
But there he is.
No.
You all right, Rock? Yeah, so that's how it started with me, and I kept going and doing it, and I got it. I hear these guys talking about futures, like I don't say nothing because obviously that's why. Did you hear me this morning? I said to coaches, "Are you using your system with it?" Because I used it this morning. I could tell you exactly what time I got in, and his 2-minute EWOs when I played with it, and that thing ran most of the day up. I just set my stops a little lower and just let the thing run with very little amount of money. What's that?
What do you play? Oil
I mainly do E-Mini-S.
Okay.
/MES. Because that's, to me, is like the cheapest and easiest, and it's pretty steady. You know what I mean? The only thing with futures is
I noticed him. He mentioned that. He mentions that one a lot.
Yeah, I love it. I love the E-Mini-S. That's my favorite. I've worked with it, and I've learned how to manage it. The only thing with futures is you got to watch those spikes because you can't have a tight stop. And even coach always teaches about not having a tight stop. But I do my math to it, and his math, it's his system. And his system works great on it.
Yeah.
So if it wasn't for coach, I wouldn't be able to trade as good as I am on it if it wasn't for him. So it's amazing. And you remember he said you could trade it with crypto, stocks, futures, and he's right.
Well, the funny thing is, at the end of the class today, he pulled up the 2-minute EWO on it, and he was instructing a couple of us that, you were there, right?
No, I didn't. I didn't. I had to get to work.
He was talking about you can use a 2-minute EWO with it.
Yeah, but I didn't. I was like in and out. It's tough for me because I'm actually at work when we open in the morning in the market. I'm already like 2 hours ahead of everybody at work. They're probably like, "What are you doing at work already?"
Right, but you can trade futures all day, can't you?
It's pretty much 24/5, except like around 5 to 6 o'clock it stops, then it resumes. But you got to watch it because there's certain times it slows way down. You don't want to be in it. Yeah, you don't want it to stay in it. Yeah, because it's almost like it's dead. And then it's almost like Forex because like it'll start hammering again between 12 and 3 o'clock in the morning. And then if you look, well, I seen it this morning, but the futures started dropping around 12 o'clock at midnight. And it was dropping all the way down to about 6 o'clock this morning as we were in the group. And then I seen it. I was waiting for that setup. I waited all morning. And then I seen the EWO. It started kicking in and boom, I entered. And then I set my stop according to way coaches rules, which I do apply, and I stick with it, and it worked. It worked fabulous. So if it wasn't for coach, I wouldn't be able to do what I did. And I give him 100% credit on it. I just know the mechanics very well, though, from doing it for a long time. But there's a couple other strategies that can be used with futures, but I keep my mouth shut because he's got to still do training and everything. Maybe later on down the road, I'll show him what I was taught from that guy.
Yeah,
the guy, what he showed was basically you wait after the news, and he's got his strategy, and it works. But I don't want to say nothing because
I'm sure coach is gonna be good to talk to you about that. So that'd be cool.
Later on, because right now everything's
DM him.
Futures, once you get the whole futures, I tell you right now, once you get hold of Futures, you're gonna love it. I'm telling you, you're gonna be like,
Yeah.
really? This? Oh yeah, just see. But it took me a
It
while.
seems like it's easy, but
It's
I
easy.
know nothing's easy.
Yeah, it's easy, but it's not at the same time. Just like what we're
What
doing,
we
you're
do
doing
now.
yeah, what we're doing now. At first, it was like, remember, I kept getting confused with a 2-minute EWO and scalping, and you kept telling me,
Yeah.
no, I couldn't figure it out. And then Dawn, well, you kept saying, no, there's a difference. And man, I studied it, and boom, I was like, Dawn, there she goes. She was right. I was like, yep, she was dead right. So
Yeah.
it's sort of that's what you're going to find out when you start doing futures. And I think it's going to be a huge thing with ADT. I really do. I wish I could be a part of that team, but I don't have the time. If I had the time, I would love to do it. I would love it. I would do it all day long.
I think
So,
you'd be really good
I'd
at it.
love to help. Maybe later on
When you
down the
got,
road. I don't know.
yeah, like when you decide to retire that job and come on,
Yeah,
there's a spot for you. I think you'd be an awesome moderator and trainer,
yeah,
dude. You
I
just
would
sound
love to
like
help.
you really are good at that. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm trying to retire from the job before retirement with
Right.
ADT.
Right. We got people doing it everywhere. Mark, Nate, Ange,
Oh, yeah.
Eric, David, everybody's
Unbelievable.
retiring. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a great team. I can't say enough about it, man. That is the best out there by far. If only people knew, man. That's you have to be in it to know.
You do. It's like one of those things, if you know, and if you don't, oh well, you don't. We
Yeah.
gotta try to spread the word as much as we can because coach advertises through word of mouth, right? So and me,
Well,
it just takes so long to edit. I wish I could put out a video a day sometimes, just a small promo. But
yeah.
yeah, they just take a little bit of time to do. But yeah, he's amazing,
Yeah.
and this group is amazing.
I think a lot of people have a problem too when they come across is they probably been a lot of people's been burnt so bad with
Yeah.
other systems that when they hear something like this, they're like, that's another one. I was doing the same thing in the very, very beginning, but I kept listening to the coach. I'm like, man, he sounds like the guy I know, man. This guy's like, I was like, you know what? I'm going to go in there and do it. And that never look back. And he is
There you
right.
go.
There's nothing else out there like this. Nothing.
Nope.
Trust me. There's no open mics on other people. Nah.
You took the bull by the horns, man. I remember in the beginning when you were kind of struggling a little bit, and then you just started picking up and running with it, coming
Yep.
in the mornings, and see. But you put the time in, future. You know what I mean?
Oh,
You did what was necessary. You're like, you know what? I'm gonna get my ass in that pre-market and pick up what they're doing, and that's why you're successful because you take the time. You had that mentor before. You put yourself into it and learn
well,
it and take it seriously.
you hit that right on the head of the nail. I'll give you a perfect example. Also, I'm a volunteer firefighter, right?
No, I
I
didn't
had
know
a
that.
duty.
Okay.
Yeah, well, we had a duty crew. Now, I come in there. What you see me? I'm in there 4 o'clock in the morning, right?
Yeah.
4 o'clock in the morning, I'm in there. 2 hours later, I work 9 hours. Now, Wednesday, I got done. I came home, took a shower, and went right to the firehouse. We had a duty crew till 11 o'clock at night, mandatory. We had a couple calls, blah, blah, blah. Come home. By the time I hit my head on the pillows, 11:45, I was still in that room at 4:45 in the morning. That means I got up, went to work, only got like 3-something hours sleep.
Yeah.
You got to be dedicated. It's just like you just like that business. You're saying your business. Remember, you're saying you and your wife would say, 16-hour days. That's how you do
16-hour
it.
days every day. I'm
Oh,
talking 7 days.
there you, yeah.
7
See,
freaking days. So I'm
yeah,
used to that type of work ethic. I'm used to being in the seat all the time, trying to get it done. So
yep.
I keep hammering away at this until I become an absolute expert at it, and I can be one of those, people that coach can be proud of and saying that's another one of my heavy hitters. That's my goal, to get to that status for me and my family, but for him too, because he's put a lot of time into into me. You know what I mean? He's
Yep.
given me a shot that nobody else has. So, and taught me things that nobody else has. So I owe him. I owe him big, and I'm going to
Yeah.
pay off. That's why I
Oh, yeah.
don't quit. Honestly, that's why I don't quit. I'm determined to do well because he believes in me. And just like Christina said in her video, he believed in me when I didn't believe in me. So I'm gonna make sure I pay off. You know what I mean? And I'm
Yeah.
gonna scream it from the rooftops when I start making money. I mean, this is the perfect platform for it. And when
Yeah.
I start making it, you know that probably more people will come in because they're gonna be like, "How'd you do it? How'd you do it? How'd you do it?" So, yeah, I want this show to blow up, and part of how that's gonna happen is for me to blow up and then share it. You know what I mean? So that's
Yeah.
what's gonna happen. I'm manifesting that. That's what I'm
Oh, I know
speaking that
you
into
are.
existence. You
I mean,
know,
again,
that's
look,
gonna
you've
happen.
been there, you were there since quarter four this morning. You were in there. I seen you, and you're here
Yeah.
now. So what's that?
I'm taking in everything I can. You know, I'm taking in
Yeah.
everything I can, you know,
You're gonna
and
be like, you're
I'm
gonna be
so
like, well,
fucking
don't see some more.
scattered, dude.
Yeah, but they're gonna like, don't someone type in there. Oh, yeah. Well, guess what? Look at the
Right.
work you put in.
Yeah, a lot of time, but you know, that's how I learn though. Just sitting in the rooms and hearing things and writing them down and applying them. And sometimes I apply them out of order, so it may or may not work out. But the more I sit in, and now I've got screen time to add with it, it's helped me to improve my trading so much. So, you know, it took a year and a half of me losing money to realize how to stop losing money and realize the
Yeah.
importance of not losing money more so than making it. Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, you realize after a while, okay, I can see how you're trading. You're doing very good. Actually, doing excellent. And I noticed that it's not a gamble for you no more.
No.
You're doing it as a process now. I could see it.
Yeah.
You're like, you wait for that setup. I said, Dawn's not gambling no more.
Yeah. Some days I don't trade. I've gotten myself disciplined to the point where some days, especially if I don't have the extra cash to do it. Now, I've set it up to where I trade on Webull. I've got a few dollars set aside in there that's not bill money or anything. So, and I haven't lost it. I haven't had to replenish it. I've been steadily adding a few dollars a day to it by trading. So that's how I'm learning. That's how I'm getting better. And that account's growing. So that's what I made it up in my mind to do. Stop gambling, stop using bill money, stop using large amounts of money. Get patient with the slower process, because one day you're going to be Nate. One day you're going to be an Ange. You're going to have the account size to be able to trade bigger. But now you're Dawn, and this is the situation you're in. Accept it, embrace it, and just keep pigeonholing. Keep going one step at a time. Keep adding $1 at a time, 1 penny at a time, because
That's
one day
right.
you're going to look up and that account's going to be there. So, but keep doing the process properly. That's all you need to focus on right now.
Yeah.
Just doing the
I love it
process
too.
right.
They make sure you have that process. He was like, Dawn,
Yeah.
you doing this? I was like, wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, dude.
He's always
Yeah.
looking out for you, man.
Dude, he is the big brother I never had, Future. I'm telling you.
Yeah, I
He is the
believe it.
big brother. He calls and checks on me. Did you trade today? How'd you do?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I you know what? I remember when he first started communicating with me on a more personal level, and I would constantly, you know, still be losing money, and I could hear, man, it broke my heart. I could hear the disappointment in his voice. You know what I mean? And I'm
Yeah.
like, I gotta stop doing this shit. And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, damn it, he's gonna write me off. He's gonna be like, she ain't gonna get this. And I'm like, you know what? No, that's not who I am. I'm not a quitter. So I have had a history of coming from behind and just blowing people out of the water with, whoa, where'd you come from? Look, I'm gonna tell you a little story. When I was in corporate America, I had a situation where I kept screwing around and I kept coming in late to work. I just wasn't taking it seriously. And I had one foot out the door. I was on my final written warning for being late for work, right? And all of a sudden one day something hit me. I could do this. I know enough now. I could actually probably run this team. Well, as fate would have it, after I kind of made my mind up to take it more seriously, get my ass in on time, make more sales, my immediate supervisor had to take a leave of absence because his wife had to go on maternity leave, and she was pregnant and things were happening, and he had to keep leaving, so he just took some time off. Well, I entered a leadership development program. I took over the team. And I did it without anybody asking me to do it. So when they saw me doing that, standing up, get at the computer, taking care of back end stuff, answering questions, getting on the phone, closing deals for people, some people were seeing it and they said, you need to go out for the leadership development program. That's one step between a rep and a supervisor. So I went out for it and I got it, right? After because I had all this experience on the phone. And it took me a couple months. Within a couple of months, I was a supervisor. This is within a 6 months time frame of me, no, maybe 4, of getting ready to be fired. I was a supervisor. When I made up my mind that I needed to do that, it was like, whoa, where the hell did you come from? You know what I mean? That's what's going to happen here. I'm telling you now. When it finally clicks, all of a sudden, and DT, the female trucker, shout out to her, because she said, you know what? When Dawn gets this, she's going to smoke you guys.
Yeah.
So I never forget her saying that. I'm like, damn, she doesn't even know me, but that's who I am. So be on the lookout.
Well,
Be on the
Nate
lookout.
even said it. Nate says, you know what you're doing. It's just you gotta just work on it a little bit longer.
Yeah, that's it. Just keep at it. But when it clicks, it's gonna click. And
Yeah.
it already clicked, but the adding up of the money is what needs to happen. And when I have a bigger account to be able to make some bigger moves, all of a sudden it's going to be the same way Christina did it. She made a couple moves and then her account was bigger, right?
Yeah.
And she was able to make bigger moves because of it and start making bigger amounts. That's how it's going to happen. So I'm just adding it up a little bit.
No, it's just like one day all of a sudden Christina was like, "Boink!" I'm like, "Whoa!"
That's how it's going to happen. That's how it's going to happen.
All of a sudden,
she and I are a lot alike.
That was crazy.
Yeah. She just came from behind and just started kicking some serious ass.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because she had the understanding of it, and she just realized what she needed to do to put some large amounts of money together quickly instead of jumping around. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I've chosen to do it in a different way. I've gone to back to the basics and doing it with shares, which is taking me a lot longer than doing it in options. I don't trust myself with options. So I have to nickel and dime it right now, man. I got to. But it's okay, because that's how you learn. You learn and you get better the more you do it. So
it takes like screen time. It just takes time.
Yeah.
I mean, when that guy
I feel like I'm in boot camp.
Yeah. Well, Coach said it before. It could take a year, it could take 3 years. But once you get it, you got it. So, nothing
and I don't know
easy.
how long it's going to take for me to build it up to where I can make bigger moves, but I'm enjoying the process now. Where it was tedious before, I'm realizing that I'm putting this is $1 million education that I'm having right now.
You ain't kidding.
And it's going to be there. So I just got to keep doing these baby steps, and keep doing them better and better and better and better.
Yeah, you'll get it because you're surrounded with all the right people. That's
what I love.
You are such perfect spot right now. It's like I'm jealous.
Why? You're there and you're one of those people.
Yeah,
I'm one of those people for you, and you're one of those people for me.
It's weird. Like I guess
you're surrounded by the same people.
Yeah, I'm not 100% satisfied in everything. Yeah, I got this and this, but I want to learn what you guys do in the morning. And it's just like it's a little frustrating because I'm used to the futures. I'm used to futures. Transitioning over to stocks, it's and with that where you guys trade in the morning, I want to get that so bad. But
wow. Well, you will, and you're there, so that's a given. You're gonna get it.
Yeah,
and I think you have it. I think you're being modest. I think you have it because I've heard some of the trades you've made, and they are
some of them are whack. That's like like Mark. remember that I was right there when he got in that. It was like he had 100.
T
And both of them got in that. Went up to like $100 something.
It was Tnon. Tnon.
Oh, what is it? Was
Tnon.
TNON?
Tnon, yeah.
Dude, I am not lying. My finger was on the go, and I'm like, I wanted to
I
look at it
remember
one
you
more
said
time.
that.
And all
Yeah.
of a sudden, the screen went ballistic. I'm like, what's going on? The candle
I
disappeared
remember
out
you
of the
were
chart.
pissed that day. Yeah.
And then next thing you know,
Because you
Mark
saw
was
it when
like,
it was when it was at its lowest point. You saw it. I remember that.
yeah. It's a shame because correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Nate was on vacation or something, and he didn't
No,
have
he was there. He was there. But wait a minute, you're right. I think
no,
he
he
was
was
in
on his
Florida for
phone
that.
or something.
Yeah, and
And
he
he said, I
couldn't get
can't
it. You're
trade.
right. Yep.
Next thing you
You're
know,
right.
Mark made like a little under 10,000. Like, this is crazy, man. It was
And
like,
then
was it like 5 minutes into the morning?
but how about Nate's daughter making 45K?
I know. Yeah,
Right?
yeah. Remember, he was mad because she only had so much in the
He
account.
missed
She
it.
just went
Yeah.
ballistic with the what was it? She bought like 500 shares or something like that. And yeah, she came up
something
with like
that.
45,000. He goes, "Oh, I got to talk to her."
But she's like
I'm
her
like,
dad. She's like her dad.
yeah,
She saw that opportunity and she hammered the shit out of that thing.
yeah.
She's gonna trade just like him.
Oh
You know?
yeah. She is. And I think her brother now wants to get into it. I think he said or something.
Yeah, he's training his son. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see what happens with that. You know.
I was hoping that they would join the ADT team so we could hear them talk, but I never hear them in there. So I guess they're not in there. But
I don't think so. I
Look
don't
who's
know.
traded them.
I know, right? In a sense, they kind of are because
Yeah.
he's training them. So
But yeah, it's awesome, man.
I'm just
But
glad and proud to be a part of it.
yeah. But I was like I say, man, but go in with that new service that he has. You'll love it.
Yeah. And who knows, all this training I'm doing in the morning, futures may very well be my jam. That may be the place where what I talked about earlier happens, right?
Yeah.
So I'm excited about it because it sounds like it's a lot easier, a lot less stressful if you hone in on it and do it right.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, you'll see. You're gonna love it. It's just you do gotta learn it though, because it's a little different.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Here's the thing. I want to do with that what I didn't do with this. I don't want to jump around and I'm going to paper trade that and I'm going to learn it. I'm going to do it
There you go.
Yeah, I'm going to do that the right way from the start, learn everything I can about it, paper trade it, and then jump into it when I'm ready. And that also gives me time to build up my account to be able to even do it. You know what I mean?
Have you ever looked at it yet?
No, I'm planning on doing that this weekend.
Okay. Yeah,
I'm planning on doing that this weekend. Getting into all the training and everything.
Yeah, because the price doesn't move when you get into the trade, like you do it. You buy a contract. It's not like it's $1 and it goes $1.10, $1.20, $1.30. It don't work like that. So in other words, each tick, it's like, so say it's $2.50 a tick, one move. The next one move up is another $2.50. It doesn't go $2, $3, $4. It's different.
That's what he said. That's what he said. He said a tick could be 25 cents and a point is $1, right?
Well, if you go after the E-mini, one whole point is $2.50. So you divide that by 4, and that's you can do the math. So yeah.
Do you do micros at all?
Who, me?
Yeah.
I just do the E-mini. That's it. I never played with the mic. I might have, but I can't remember. I tried gas, natural gas. I did NASDAQ, gold. I did gold quite a few times. There's a couple of them in there are too wild for me, but it seemed like the E-Mini
The
S
E-Mini's good.
that was the easiest one to deal with and easiest one to ride with, in my opinion. Just like Dave with
Apple.
Apple. Yeah, he's got that down, man. Like unbelievable, man.
I know.
It's like that. That's how I know E-Mini, like how he does Apple. You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah. Sweet.
But I don't want to
Is
say
that like the equivalent of Spy, kinda, or is that?
kind of, yeah, because it moves with the market. Yeah, it moves market. It shows you what the market is. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It sounds like there's already a lot of people in there that knows about futures in ADT.
Yeah, I know Aaron seems to be quite knowledgeable about it.
Yeah, is that guy this morning was saying that he would like to show that strategy?
No, that wasn't Aaron. That was somebody new that's never spoken up. But
Okay.
I'm hopefully he DMs Coach and
I want to
talks to
hear. I want to hear what he has to say because.
Didn't he build that up?
What's that?
Didn't he build that up? He made that really he made us rule at the mouth.
Yeah, I know, but it's like Coach. Like Coach always says, you got to come in with a strategy and you got to get trained.
Yeah.
And it's like what he was saying. I mean, I'm not putting the guy down. I don't even know the guy. But everything, price is price, and you got to have a strategy. You got to know what you're doing. There's nothing out there. There's, how they say there's a holy, everybody's looking for a holy grail.
Yeah.
There's no such thing as the holy grail.
Right.
I've been around. Look, there's no such thing. You got to know what you're doing. You got to get trained right, like what we do.
Consistently.
What we do in ADT, and even when you're there, you still learn all the time. You know what I mean? You can't stop learning. And like Nate says, the market is always changing.
Right.
Remember, he says it's always changing. So you always gotta be learning and changing with everything. You know what I mean?
Adapt. Yeah.
So I'm curious. I'm really curious to see what he has to say because I'm like I've never heard that one before. So I've really, I want to, if possible, I hope I'll be there. I want to hear what he says.
Right? Yeah, he made it sound appetizing, right?
Yeah.
I'm not going to tell you what it is, but when I tell you this and nobody knows about it, I'm like, what the? Okay.
Yeah, I don't know,
this secret, that was wild. I loved it. He really sold that. And we don't even know what it is he's selling, but he sold us.
Yeah.
So that was good.
I guess he should talk to Coach though. I think Mark said
that. He is. That's what we directed him to do. Mark and us.
That was very smart,
Coach,
Mark.
Yeah, because Coach would be pissed if he unrolls something out that could be a product that Coach might want to offer. Right. He needs to make sure it's something that's viable and not, his people being told something that might mess them up. So it's like, go through Coach with any training that you have.
Yeah.
Well,
that's why this morning I asked Coach in there too. I said, do you use your system? He goes, oh yeah. I said to myself, yeah, I think his system's going to be better. I'm talking about Coaches because so far I've been using the way he teaches. So far that's been the best. So I'm curious. That's all. We'll see. It's going to be a big yay or nay. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know well as I do. Everybody in that group, there's a lot of guys who know what they're doing, man. I know, like that other guy, Mark. I guess he called him Pretty Boy.
Yeah,
that guy, he knows what he's doing too, man. You ain't messing with that dude.
Yeah, Sexy Boy is awesome.
Coach, same thing, Coach. You ain't messing with it, man. You can talk all you want. I tell you right now, Coach will know in the first minute what he's saying. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Coach will be like, no.
I know. I'm picturing it, right?
Yeah, we'll see.
No, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that.
We'll see.
Or he may work it in down the line or something.
Yeah, we'll see. But I'm just happy for what's going on now. I am so stoked. Oh my gosh.
I'm excited. I have nothing but good feelings about it.
Yeah.
So
I haven't gone into his that service yet because it's like I don't know. It's working good
Which
for
one? The
me.
mentorship?
What's that?
Which one? The
The
mentorship?
Yeah, I'm thinking about it. I'm still thinking about it, but I'm doing good already. So I don't know.
What futures?
Yeah, his subscription.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we'll see. I don't know.
Yeah, it's worth it. It's so worth it.
Have you been in there yet?
Yeah, I went in today.
Good.
Today was the first class. Today was the first class.
Does he teach it? Does the coach teach it? Is he in there?
Ange and Eric are teaching it because he's training
okay.
them. But he was in there today for a long time.
Good.
And he was coaching and teaching because it's the beginning stages. So he wants to make sure everything is everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he's going to probably be in there more frequently in the beginning and then hand it off to them when he realizes they have it in the bag. But he pretty much, Ange did a lot of it. I don't think Eric was in there today, but Ange did a very good job, and Coach came in and backed her up and was doing a lot of teaching today.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, it was good. It was really more of a generalization, but it was still very, very, very informative,
Nice.
and
Does
really
this
gave us a
Eric
lot of
Moto
insight.
helping? Is that Eric Moto? Oh yeah, he's a great guy too. Yeah, that's
he's
awesome.
gonna have Ange and Eric pretty much running it, and yeah.
Nice. Yeah, those two, they'll I think they're going to do great. And so is everybody else. You know what I mean?
Too. Yep.
Well, I don't want to cut you short.
Thanks. I was about to say I'm going to go ahead and play Coach's rules. Thanks for coming up and hanging out with me, brother. I appreciate you. It was fun.
I'll probably see you tomorrow morning. You guys, you're going to be at the okay.
Every Saturday.
Yeah.
And thank you so much for D-Rock for coming up and kind of hanging out. We didn't get to hear much from you. But thank you for coming up and just gracing the panel with your presence. And everybody down there in the chat, thank you guys. Special K and Miranda, thank you, baby girl, for always putting the links in and telling everybody what's what. Darn Cricket, thank you. I think Darn Cricket was the first one in the room. So thank you, Darn Cricket. You know what I mean? Let me see. Bucko 504. You know you're my babe. Greg S. Yes. Thank you. Ange, John Wood. Thank Eric. What's up, man? Eric Smoto's in the house. We got Brandon in there. What's up, Brandon? Said I started with MES and have moved on to What's MNQ? That must be a bigger one, huh? James L. Yep. So thank you guys for coming and hanging out. I thought it was just going to be a little bit of group today, but you guys ended up pouring in and supporting. Thank you. Don't forget to hit the tip jar for the weekend, guys. It's been a long week. And don't forget, above all, right? We got futures training that has really started. It's kicked off. Go to AmericanDreamTrading.com to get signed up and also join our free Discord, right? Everybody have a fantastic weekend and peace and blessings. See you, future.
Take it easy, Dawn.
So when I found American Dream Trading, I was at a pretty bad spot in my life. I was desperately trying to find anything I could to better my life. And I found you, Coach, and my life changed. Everything changed. And I want to thank you. I'm not supposed to get like this. These people are amazing. This group, this family is amazing. I'm doing great now. If it can happen for me, it can happen for anyone. But I want to thank you, Coach, for not giving up on me and helping me to see that I shouldn't give up on myself.
If you want to get into this new futures program and be one of our early people inside, this is why we're running a ridiculous sale. I'm running it right now for $2,500.
Yeah, hey, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Never lose more than 1 to 3% ever of your total account value in any given day. Always make sure you have stop losses on each and every single trade, whether it's shares or options. Make sure you guys are practicing base hits. Don't be trying to go for those home runs. Everybody be cool with that. Every once in a while you'll get the home runs, but that comes back to our other rule. Let the runners run and stop out the losers, all right? So if we're getting hammered on something and it's going against you, just get out of there. If you're new to trading, do not trade in the first 30 minutes of the day or the last hour, ever. And if you are new to trading, do not use real money. You should be using simulated trainers, and you can use them on all sorts of different accounts. TD has them. TradingView, you can do rewinds. There's all sorts of stuff. Don't come in with real money blowing up your account. That is not how you want to learn. I want to make you a stock market trader and not just another call-out chaser.